Welcome back to the Las Vegas Convention Center. We're in our third matchup here at 119 pounds. Sammie Henson, world champion 2 years ago, going up against last year's world team member, Akin. It's Henson in the red, Akin in the blue. There's been a lot of talk about this matchup for a long time.
And these two have met several times, with both winning a couple of them. They've had some real battles. They met in the NCAA finals about 5 or 6 years ago, and it went to sudden death overtime, and Sammie Henson won that match and won his second NCAA title. And Akin was a 4-time All-American but never came away with the title. But he's made the world team last year and beat Henson on the way. Henson, of course, had a knee injury last year, which hampered him, but he appears to be healthy and wrestling very well. Oh, and what a nice single leg. And Akin has really got a good single leg series going. He improved on it last year and was able to make the world team, and is really wrestling tough right now.
He's got a great hold on the leg of Sammie Henson here, putting tremendous pressure on the ankle and the hips and the lower back. Not enough to score a back exposure, so they're back to their feet. Akin leading.
Sammie Henson beat Gary Abbas in the semifinals, and Abbas is, I think, one of the best wrestlers in college right now. And Akin beat a former Olympian, Lou Roselli, in his semifinals. So these guys beat some quality people to get to this finals. This is a tough weight class.
When you look at their styles, Henson likes to scramble, more of a mauler. Akin, very deliberate with his attack. As you mentioned, Randy, he does have that good single leg. And look for him, that's his go-to move.
The action is really fierce here, Jeff. They're pounding away on each other, trying to break each other's balance, looking for action.
Henson does it by pulling on the head. He's going to rip on his opponent's head, trying to get him to step forward. He may take the single, but what he likes to do is try to snap you down, get you to land on your knees, and then spin on you.
This should be a low-scoring bout. These two have wrestled each other so many times that they know every in and out, and how to counter and how to maintain their positions. But it's a very hard-fought battle. Both are very strong and in good shape. They're both great competitors.
Well, the referees have decided that Sammie Henson will go down. He is the passive wrestler in their estimation. So Akin, who's really good on top at the World Championships last year, he beat several of the best wrestlers in the world by turning them on top.
That was a view of Chris Orpel, coach of the Dave Schultz Wrestling Club. And this was a big opportunity for Akin. The bodies are dry. This is the best time to try a gut wrench. And Henson's passing the test of defense.
Henson's a world champ, though. He's very difficult to turn, especially when he's healthy. And he looks like he's doing well right now.
Well, it's hard to imagine how many hours of videotape these two have watched of each other. They must know each other inside and out.
Well, they've met several times, all in key situations. And every match has been very, very fiercely contested.
There you see that snap that Henson will continually go to. And in the end, that pays dividends the longer the match goes, because it really will burn out your opponent's back.
It's Akin moving forward and Sammie Henson calling timeout.
Both Akin and Henson are very physical. They're two of the strongest wrestlers in the world at this weight.
And Henson doesn't want to interrupt the action. He wants to keep putting Akin in what he considers to be oxygen debt. I mean, they're both working very, very hard. Now it's Akin back in on the leg of Henson.
And that was a very good single leg attempt by Akin, and Henson fought out of it and stayed in bounds.
Same shot as before too, Randy. It went to Henson's right leg. Very quick.
And it's Akin.
Akin used that shot a lot last year in the World Team tryouts to beat Lou Roselli and to beat Henson and make the team.
Well, look for the referees now to possibly pull a passive call against Akin next. There it is.
And the end of the first period.
So the start of the second period. At the start of the second period, Sam Henson will get his choice, and he'll probably put Akin down and try and get a turn to get some points on the board.
And both wrestlers. Welcome back to the Las Vegas Convention Center. We're at 119 pounds. It's the 2000 U.S. National Wrestling Championships. Sammie Henson, former world champion, in the red. You're looking at Akin in the blue. He was last year's world team member. He competed for the United States in Ankara, Turkey last year. This is a matchup that we've really been looking forward to for months and months. They both are at the top of their game, very physical wrestlers.
And they've both been around the sport for a long time. Both of these came very close to making the '96 Olympic team. They were right in the middle of it all right then. Lou Roselli, who was in this tournament, lost to Akins in the semis, ended up making that team. But this is a very tough weight class.
Akin holding a 1-0 lead here in the second period.
Henson's style is going to be ripping on his opponent's head, yanking him forward, trying to snap him down to the mat. Watch for Eric Akin to use his single leg. He scored once in the first period, holds a 1-0 lead. Eric Akin in blue, Sammie Henson in red.
Both wrestlers are really pounding on each other, pulling on each other's heads, pushing in, pulling back, trying to get him off balance. And the referee has blown his whistle, and he decides it's Eric Akin that will go down. He's the passive wrestler. And former world champion Sammie Henson making a tremendous comeback now in the finals of the U.S. Nationals. The wrestler that wins this match will sit atop of the ladder at the Olympic trials, and everyone else will wrestle off to face him in a 2-out-of-3 battle.
I think this match is probably going to go the full 8 minutes. And right there's a 2-point turn for Sam Henson, so it might not. If neither wrestler scores 3 points in regulation, it goes a 3-minute overtime until the third point is scored. And if no points are scored, then it ends after 8 minutes.
So Sammie Henson takes the lead now, 2-1. He's really improved his wrestling in the parterre position on top there. That's where he's in now, parterre, referring to wrestling on the ground. Zeke Jones, Sunkissed Kids coach, Sammie Henson's coach. Exhorting Sammie Henson on.
And an injury to Akin. And they'll take a blow here with Henson winning 2-1.
Well, some things transcend sport, and Sammie Henson won his world championship 2 years ago in Iran, where they held the wrestling championships. It was a stunning moment when he did win, stood atop the award stand, and the people in Iran gave him a standing ovation.
They loved the way he wrestled with his tremendous spirit, because he won some very hard-fought matches to win the world championships.
They just plain outright love wrestling.
Well, yes, they do. And here we are, back to wrestling. Sam Henson holding a 2-1 lead. He's in the red. Eric Akin in the blue. Minute and 20 seconds left in the second period. There's Henson with a leg attack on the edge of the mat.
And he's going to deep on a single leg. He's got a good chance to score here. And Eric Akin really needs to fight this off, because if he gives it up, he's going to have a hard time winning this match.
Well, he can't avoid action by going off the mat.
Henson's
He's got to stay on the mat.
Super job.
That was some really good wrestling by Henson to finish that single leg. Akin fought it off as best as he can, but he just could not continue to fight it.
Great tenacity by Henson. He had control. He never panicked with it, didn't rush it, kept using the leverage. Now he might get caught
3,
here.
Akin 1.
Right now, this is Eric's chance to come back in. He's got the reversal. He's got a chance for a tilt. He's got the legs crossed.
Things could change quickly here.
He could lace it up and turn him. He needs a point. It's 3-2 with 30 seconds left in this match.
And it is do or die for Akin. With that third point, Henson can end it in regulation. If he can get another point here, Eric Akin, he can knot it up and force it into overtime.
And I think he's going to need a turn, because I don't think with 20 seconds left he can get a takedown. There's 16 seconds left in a 3-2 match. Sammie Henson, former world champion.
Precious seconds ticking away from Eric Akin here. He knows he's got to score to tie it up and put it in overtime. A very short time left. He's got to take a risk here. Sammie Henson staying away, avoiding contact. And it is Sammie Henson. Both fists clenched, knowing that he now sits atop the ladder with the Olympic trials coming up in June in Dallas, Texas. Sammie Henson hugging Eric Akin. They know they'll meet again down the line somewhere. It's Sammie Henson.
Those two are great competitors, and there's a good chance they'll have some rematches in Dallas in about 6 weeks at the final Olympic trials.
Now, former world champion Sammie Henson looks like he's on his way, perhaps back to the Sydney Olympics.
And this is what won the match for Sammie Henson, a very strong gut wrench. And Akin hits his elbow right there, which made it a 2-point move instead of a 1-point turn.
That's what broke it open. It's Sammie Henson with Heather Folks.